Greetings everyone, Agion. I have another Couple Heroes War 2 replay. It's on the north side as the Grand Offensive Doctrine. We have SilverBeast. Spawn on the south side as the what's called Airborne Troop Tactics. We have Herby7. Both players immediately locked in their doctrine. Wagen is gonna go straight for Panzer Fusiliers. That's the only thing that could. Yep, he goes immediately for Panzer Fusiliers.
Enemy is alerted to our presence. Prepare for counter-strike. You need something built?
Engineers will start capturing the left side of the map. We do got two conscripts. Oh, actually, that's actually second combat engineer. He may be trying to stall out for some guards, airborne troops. Sorry about that. I have something in my throat, so I'm not really talking as much as I usually do. On the left side, we'd have the conscripts capture up the regular VP. Conscripts, combat engineers capturing up the right side. We've got these Sturm pioneers capturing up this side, on the right side, so they can easily win against the combat engineers. Wagens capturing up the left side. They will run to some conscripts. Combat engineers may be eyeing to get inside the garrison. He will, and he's just going to back off. Rather than engage, just back off. Looks like he jumped out of the building and is going to capture the fuel point there. There is only on one window on this side. There is 3 windows on this side. There's 1 window on this side. So he could try getting some nice flanking from the left and right side. When there's 3 windows exposed, the combat engineers can do quite well. Second squad of Panzer Fusiliers have been deployed on out. This is going to the right side near the door. The second squad combat engineers is advancing. He'll hop inside, hop into the other side. Or just stay inside the building. The building would be a good spot for them. He's going to actually go to this heavy cover there with 2 squads of combat engineers behind heavy cover. At I think that is second class of mid-range. The combat engineers should be able to displace the Sturm pioneers. Over here, we got the Panzer Fusiliers engaging the conscripts. And the Wagen, the Wagen is actually quite wounded. He's going to pitch in some damage. He has retarget towards the Wagen. Second squad of Panzer Fusiliers are advancing. And the Wagen needs to keep its distance now. There's another squad of conscripts here. He does go for this light cover there. There's negative cover there. You could let the Wagen die and use his carcass as heavy cover. Combat engineers moving up to that point starts capturing it up. And Sturm pioneers are back home. Wagen is moving back at home as well, but needs to get closer. And you got another squad of Panzer Fusiliers. Good focusing fire there. He gets a lot of negative ground shots there, getting ripped apart. Conscripts are going to take the opportunity to charge on forward as well, and they will get a lot of free damage for themselves. This squad will need to fall back a little too soon. It's in prone to actually being wiped at this moment. It's still at being risk of being wiped. But since he's focusing it down, now he is not focusing down. If he continue to focus it, he will likely not be able to win the fight. Right now, it's a bit iffy when not. Yeah, it looks like the Panzer Fusiliers would win out. You could actually potentially keep that model around just a little bit longer. It's a bit risky, but you can. He does interrupt the capture there. Very nice.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
And we do have a not sure Panzer quarters, a SWS half track, something Schlepper half track.
Crew, stand ready.
I can't pick up the extra description.
Squad under attack.
Conscripts and Panzer Fusiliers are engaging. They are both behind light cover, but I think the conscripts will now, since they have their extra model still firing. Sturm pioneers haven't upgraded the minesweeper kit. Going this direction here, the chances of landmines are very likely. Hence the landmine on the ground. And Panzer Fusiliers making their withdrawal now. Another squad of Panzer Fusiliers being built. Okay, he's gone for battle group skew. With the amount of infantry units he's deploying out. Oh, okay, he has that swept actually. Now it has gone away, so he can't trip it once again. And he's trying to get out. Looks like that point is entirely covered by the flamer. Very nice. Looks like airborne drop weapons. Oh, that is. Okay, that's just a ammo crate. Got it. I thought that was for some reason. I thought that was a Dishka. So he now has some SVTs deployed on out.
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
Area secure.
Conscripts going to be overran by the Panzer Fusiliers, but the Panzer Fusiliers are going to stay in a bit of losses as well. It looks like more airborne drop weapons are dropping on in. This two-man squad should capture the point while the rest push on to another point.
Your orders, comrade.
And there we go. We got the more SVTs.
The enemy is taking what we have secured.
Has minesweepers deployed on out, able to sweep the mine. He just needs to issue a stop order command so he can actually automatically go to it. Or right click on it himself. Conscripts to Ura forward. There should be, what, 4 SVTs?
We need to re-establish our supply lines.
Yep, that's a bolt action rifle there. Ooh, Flamer squad getting hit significantly. Now we do have the G43s deployed on out. So it's going to be SVTs versus G43s. We do got a T-70 now out deployed out in the field. Maybe you'll upgrade one of these Panzer Fusiliers with the Panzerstruck upgrade. Needs a bit more munitions for that. This anti-tank rifle grenade is possible. He is going to get it off. And since he's a very far distance away, it's going to be a bit of time before the engineers can come back forward. He actually lost one of the engineer squads entirely. So he's going to need to let that reinforce, push on forward in order to get that recovered. He still has not swept this mine. Good stun grenade there, but oh, he's lucky that there's now an opening down here, because that could have been a retreat into the landmine killing him. Looks like more weapon crates are being dropped on in. They're pretty cheap. No, they're 60 munitions, so they're not super cheap. T-70 starts making his advance. But it's there, and he's starting to get some good flame bursts in there as well. Oof. These guys are severely wounded. So we're going to Ural forward. No G43s on this squad. He does have the beginning for now deployed on out, and depending how he gets spotted, he can run around circles with it, or get killed by it, or just run away. Conscripts are going to deploy out some sandbags, very nice. Oh, looks like a more
Taking effective fire!
weapon crates. Oh, it's meant for this squad here. On the right side, G43 squad's making their advance. The Kupferwagen apparently went down that sector. Could have been a landmine. That looks like a good spot for a landmine.
Capturing our supplies.
You could take time to salvage the wreckage as well. The Kenwerfer is trying to respond, but does get spotted by these conscripts who are negative ground.
Supply sector under attack.
And he does know that the Kenwerfer's there, so he's going to be falling away from it. The conscripts did charge forward, but they did sustain a lot of damage when they charged forward, and now they will fall back.
Supply lines
Likely
have
won't
been
get
cut.
wiped.
The sector is at risk.
Good hits there. Multiple good hits there. TCM now up to 8 kills. Trying to rush forward, anti-tank rifle grenade. He is going to get it off. The anti-tank rifle grenade has extended range. Great hit there with the Kenwerfer as well. One shot and it's dead. But there are some conscripts here to distract them.
It is now under our control.
Stand ready.
And this one's not being fully reinforced. Actually, it's far from it, so he gets another model reinforced.
Hitting high. Taking fire.
Conscripts may get overran by these Panzer Fusiliers. Getting some great damage there. And looks like these conscripts will fall back in time. Though they may run past these guys, but they don't have any upgrades, so it is a bit iffy, but could potentially get a wipe. If he runs him down, he's going to try to run him down. I think he tried to go for a grenade there as well.
Enemy fire.
And he does not get the kill. Ooh, good hit there again.
Target secure. Hold in place.
Not sure what he's doing there. Is he trying to break down some of these hedges? He hit his own battle group HQ right there. I think he's trying to destroy some of these hedges.
The squad is back to full strength.
T-34-76 is being deployed on out. He does find a landmine there.
Take cover. Squad under attack.
Flamer Pioneers pushing the way for engineers. Good hit there with the Kenwerfer. He has 2 of them there, so it takes 3 shots to kill off the T-70. And it's pushing at a bad angle, I would say. He needs to get repairs, keep its distance.
Enemy forces are
Combat
attempting
engineers
to
are
capture
falling
our
on the back.
territory.
They do escape on out there, so you can repair this up. We do have the T-34-76 on the field, which is a great infantry asset. The OKW player does have enough fuel and manpower to deploy out Battle Group HQ. Not Battle Group HQ, Sheer Panzer Quarters, and get it upgunned. Upgunned.
Light tank ready. Our territory is falling into enemy hands.
Kenwerfer does get a good hit there. We may see anti-tank rifle grenade. No, he doesn't appear to have munitions for it. He needs to cancel that MG42 and get an anti-tank rifle grenade or 2. Conscripts and Panzer Fusiliers are very close range to each other. Kenwerfer should be focused down. He could potentially get the squad wipe on that Kenwerfer. There may have been some friendly fire there from this T-70. Yes, there was. T-34 could do some great damage to those units. Needs a lot of repairs, that's for sure.
Only close air support is available.
Leading, comrade!
So do you have the... It's a single rocket run?
The sector is at risk. The enemy has 300 points remaining.
Shroom Pioneers getting chased on down. Could potentially get wiped here. He did not get any Panther Strike upgrades. Got another Sheer Panzer Quarters, or no, not Sheer Panzer Quarter, but SW does have track coming on out, likely for Panzer IV, if not Jagdpanzer, or it could just be setting up for the Tiger Tank. Good hit there. That almost looked like a force fire to the ground.
Capturing our supplies.
T-3476 has really good opportunities over on this side.
Enemy forces are attempting to capture our territory. We have a new T-34 standing by. We are losing supplies to the enemy.
Rifleman ready.
He has two T-34-76s out in the field. That can do a lot of infantry damage. Against his opponent's current composition, it's a pretty good counter. Yes, does have two Vickenwerfers, but those can be overwhelmed. Maybe it would be a good idea to get out Katusha to help engage those Vickenwerfer. And he's saying how many times his enemy punches on up. Katusha will also be good for that. Vickenwerfer's trying to fall on back now.
Supply sector under attack.
And we've got those Panzerhusiers falling on back. And he may not realize, but that's the fresh one that pushed way forward. Both of these guys now pushing forward. Great damage coming on now onto that Panzerfusiliers, hitting the Vickenwerfer. The Vickenwerfer is going to try to push on unescorted. But these T-34s can start ripping apart these infantry units. MG-34 was also deployed, but at this point he needs another Vickenwerfer. He has the upgrade for the Sheer Panzer Quarters, I'm assuming. So now he needs a bit more fuel to get out a Panzer IV or Jagdpanzer. At this point, oof, 3 T-34. A Jagdpanzer wouldn't be half bad. Panzer IV meant for anti-vehicle. And no need for that. Does roll a miss there. Does get a hit there.
Our enemy has only 200 points.
Great hits there. This is going to try to force fire on the ground.
T-34 ready for combat.
He needs to start pushing towards this heavy cover. He has plenty of heavy cover to power a good hardpoint there. MG-34 is engaging. He is splitting up his Panzer Fusiliers. He may get a wipe on this conscript. He does.
More of our troops have been lost. Fresh Guards troops are standing by.
But he does need to get these Vickenwerfer support on both of those flanks. We got a fresh squad of Guard Airbornes. He needs to deploy out Panzer IV or Jagdpanzer. He cannot save it for the Tiger Tank.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory. T-34 has been fired on.
We got a large number of both these T-34s. This T-34. Guard's rifle is getting suppressed. He is getting the DP upgrade on them. Good hits there. Anti-tank rifle grenade is going to be connecting. Did it bug out? Okay, the anti-tank rifle grenade did bug out. Apparently the house bug can affect the anti-tank rifle grenade. Which you can't fault him for that. Panzer. He needs to get those cannon first. Yeah, he's moving forward now. Send 2 Panzer Fusiliers over to the left flank. Send one down the middle, send one down the right. Just simply give him a lot of targets. Move the cannon warfare to the center. Try to position them in a place that where he expects his opponent could, or ready to respond where his opponent's at. Let's get cannon warfare Panzer strike hit there. Both of those cannon warfares do fire. A Panzer strike hit won't get the kill. This conscript squad may get wiped. Yep, it does get wiped here. MG34 is set up in a good position, gets some great suppression across all those squads, throws out a frag grenade. If the cannon warfers are pushing pretty far in this direction, they both have Vet 1. Maybe put them camouflage mode right around here and play around these 2 VPs. Another T-34 76 is coming on the build queue. Landmines will help out. And another cannon warfare. He does need the extra cannon warfare. He's saving up. Don't go for the Tiger tank. Go for a Panther at this point. You need heavy anti-vehicle support, so a Panther would be good. The Tiger is just too expensive at this point. You don't need anti-infantry. You have plenty of anti-infantry. I'm actually more impartial going for Jagdpanzer rather than even Panzer IV, simply because the extra range will help out, while being very vulnerable to being dived on.
We have a new T-34 standing by. We have an LMG.
Does throw out a fragger there. Good damage. T-34s are charging on in. They're all repaired. The cannon warfers are... Oh, cannon warfers right here. Gets good hit there. One T-34 goes to go down. This one is... They're both falling back. The other one should be just generally moving forward. One does get decrewed. Good hit there. He's going to sustain a lot of manpower bleed. Another good hit there. His opponent is lacking number of engineers. In general, I would say you probably want one engineer per vehicle, heavy, I call it heavy vehicle, but medium tank you deploy. Anything less, it takes a long time to repair them all. And you can get some decent engineers with the, especially with the air weapons drops. Panic does connect, but cannon warfers are lining up, and there goes the T-70 as well.
We are suffering vehicle losses.
More landmines being deployed. Immediately salvaging the wreckage. He does have enough fuel for the Tiger tank. He needs to hold off on the reinforcements. And we've got the straight run from the airborne guards there. Good hit there. Ooh, and he nailed his own guards with that one. One friendly kill. Cannon Warfers are repositioning, trying to get some good hits then. They didn't get any shots off. Another T-34 has been redeployed, so he's back up to 4. 3 is as big as you want to have in one like sort of Q group for T-34s. Even then, they tend to hit body blocks each other. It's not a noob. He's deploying a counter to your units. Deploying the counter is not a noob tactic. It's literally the opposite of noob.
Sturmovik close air support is available.
Run full cover!
Does he not know what Grand Offensive is? Is he wondering why he has a Tiger tank when OKW has a Tiger tank?
Enemy forces capturing supply sector.
He does have a good counter to it, but Cannon Warfare does get a good hit there because it simply is to ram and do a rocket run. It's a pretty common counter.
Enemy forces are capturing our supplies. We have an isolated sector.
You get a small amount. You can deploy a Tiger tank without fuel points. He's been at 16 income for a very long time. You do have a trickle from all the standard points. People undervalue these standard points. One of these standard points is half a fuel point and half of a munitions point. Getting 2 standard points is equivalent to getting a fuel and a munitions point. People undervalue these standard points way too much.
Enemy airstrike!
And look, he deployed Tiger Tank. He has now 65 fuel. He's approaching enough for. He is almost halfway there for a Panzer IV. Looks like a strafing run on that one, but it wasn't successful. Those strafing runs are not really that great, honestly. Tiger tanks, the Cannon Warfers are advancing. The Cannon Warfers are lining on up. One good hit there. Another good hit there. He could get out an AT rifle grenade once. I was like, yeah, he scooped the AT rifle grenade, but Cannon Warfare started to fire. And nope, didn't get the Cannon Warfare shot off in time. He does get the pan stretch shot there. The Cannon Warfare gets some good hits there. The Panzer Fusiliers have to hit those conscripts. They do force back the conscripts. These are severely wounded. One of them goes down. Does lose one of the Cannon Warfers.
We have lost one of our armored vehicles.
Tiger tank needs to start advancing. He has plenty of health.
Sturmovik close air support
Does
is
take out
available.
the Cannon Warfare entirely. But he's bleeding off his tanks. He's down to 3 tanks. They need a lot of repairs. And now the Tiger tank has free reign over the infantry. He needs an Su-85 at this point. He'll go for a ram. He's actually trying to charge on in. It's a full health Tiger. And now there's going to be a handful of anti-tank rifle grenades. He's going for a rocket run, but he needs to do a ram before he does that point, because that's a complete whiff. Does get the kill on that one Tiger tank.
Another vehicle has been lost in the defense of the Rodina.
And there's a snared engine. The Tiger tank is still at full health. Good hit there. Finds an angle. The Cannon Warfare gets a good hit as well.
We are suffering vehicle losses.
I love it when a trash talker like that gets killed, but he threw it away. He was being too aggressive at that point. He was trying to dive a full health tiger with wounded tanks. He used a rocket run before he did a ram. He knew he needed to do the ram, know where the ram's going to hit, and then do the rocket run at the exact same time. He didn't even ram it. What the heck was that Soviet player thinking? The OKW player was in the back end most of the game, and yet the Soviet player threw it away. Not understanding the basic mechanics of the game. I do believe he just lacks a basic understanding of the game. I don't think at this point he even realized he could deploy a Tiger tank as OKW. I genuinely believe that. This is Agion saying thank you for watching and signing off.